Hello and welcome to Peter Scott Cars. Today we have this 2018 very low mileage BMW 2 Series Active Tourer, cared for and maintained to a high standard with BMW main agent and BMW specialist service history. We'll run through the servicing when I get inside the vehicle shortly. With it being all BMW main agent and BMW specialist service history, it is all stored on the iDrive of the vehicle. Front of the car, everything you would expect with the very low mileage. There's no stone chips of any note. Front of the vehicle really couldn't be any better. As I get very close to the edge of the bonnet, front of the bumper, the only thing I can see, a couple of absolute minute stone chips. Just put my fingernail next to a couple of them, just so you can see how insignificant they are. Have to be very close to even notice them at all. Front of the car couldn't be better. As I go around the vehicle, I'll get a close up to all of the bumper corners to show you they are free from any scuffs or marks. No marks or scuffs to the centre of the bumper, lower down either. Can also be quite common. Again, bumper corner free from any marks or scuffs. Just point out, as part of the high specification, car's got the front and rear parking sensors. We'll run through some of the other spec as we go around the vehicle. All four the alloy wheels, really nice, as I'll show you as we go around the car. Starting with the driver's front alloy wheel, I'm struggling to see any marks at all. While I'm low down, just point out there's no marks or damage to the driver's sill. Very easy to go over a high curb, mark or damage the sill. Not the case with this BMW. There was a very minor parking dent that we were aware of. Just put my fingernail next to that, just so you can see how insignificant it is. Very easily missed, and fortunately hasn't chipped or marked the paintwork, so I can confirm our paintless dent removal specialist will have that completely removed before collection or delivery. There isn't anything else negative to point out on the driver's front wing, and again, just to reiterate, that very minor parking dent will be completely removed. Both mirror covers free from any scuffs or marks, as I'll show you as we go around the car. Moving on to the driver's door, struggling to see anything detrimental to point out at all. Get a close-up underneath the driver's door handle to highlight there's no marks or scratches. Can be very common, particularly on the driver's door. All the driver's door edge really nice as well. Can't spot any chips. Again, can be quite common on the driver's door. Onto the rear door, exactly the same as the driver's. I'm struggling to see anything to mention at all. Again, does include no marks underneath the handle. All the door edge nice again. Onto this rear panel, exactly the same. There isn't anything to mention. Bumper corner again, free from any scuffs or marks. And that alloy wheel, exactly the same as the driver's front. Struggling to see any signs of curbing or marks at all. Just take you into the vehicle from the driver's side. Firstly, just get a close up to the driver's step. Sometimes people drag the feet going into a vehicle, mark the paintwork on the step. Not the case with this BMW. Inside the car could not be any better. Everything you would expect with the very low mileage. Got the full leather interior. Just get a close up to the wing and edge of the driver's seat. Absolute minimal wear. Repeating myself, couldn't be better. Inside, car's had the genuine overmats fitted, so there's really no sign of any wear to the carpets or footwells. Get a close up to the driver's footwell to highlight that. As part of the high specification, front seats are heated. Just lean in and show you the center console, gear knobs around. Sometimes people jump in, put keys, coffee cups on the center console, end up marking the console, gear knobs around. Not the case with this cherished BMW. As you'd expect, all the leather on the steering wheel, really nice. Got the satellite navigation, Bluetooth audio as part of the high spec. No problems at all with the driver's door card. Sometimes people rest their arm on this section. Gets a little bit warm, but not the case. Inside the car, couldn't be better. We'll add as well, there's no unwanted odours of the vehicle, no smells of smoke or pets. The seats in the rear look like they've hardly been sat in. Just get a close up to the edge of the seat to highlight there's really no sign of any wear to the leather to point out. Close up to all the carpets again, those genuine overmats, protected all of them, same as the front ones, free from any wear. There's no kick marks or scuffs to the rear of the front seats, can also be common. Also want to get a close up to the rear step. You do often see a few chips to the steps where people have caught the seatbelt, but again, not the case with this BMW. Bringing you around to the rear of the vehicle, as I've already said, all bumper corners free from any scuffs or marks. I can't see any marks to the centre of the bumper either. Easy to park a little bit too close to someone or something, mark the centre of the bumper, but again, not the case with this BMW. Also just get very low down so you can see the vehicle's not gone over any high curbs, scuffed the underside of the bumper. Onto the tailgate of the car. Again, I'm struggling to see anything to mention. Car's got the power opening and closing tailgate as part of the high specification. Inside the luggage compartment, exactly the same as the rest of the interior. Really couldn't be better. Parcel shelf, of course, is present. They are the genuine mats, fitted from new, done the job, protected all the carpets. That is the driver's mat. Even the mat doesn't appear to have much wear to it. Just get a close up to the top of the bumper and the interior trims. Sometimes with these practical size vehicles, people buy them for the large luggage compartment, subsequently end up putting in big items a little bit carelessly, scuffing the plastics, marking the top of the bumper. As you can see, not the case with this cherished BMW. Can't see any scuffs to the plastics at all, no scratches to the top of the bumper. You can just spot an absolute minute stone chip there. Just put my fingernail next to that so you can see how insignificant it is. Again, disappears as I take a small step back. Bumper corner, again, free for any scuffs or marks. Looking down the passenger side of the vehicle, exactly the same as the driver's. Can't see any parking dents. Onto this rear panel. Certainly no scratches or parking dents to mention. I'm struggling to see even the most minor of stone chips, I really am. Onto the door, all the door edge nice again underneath the handle. Exactly the same. Rest of the door, there isn't anything to mention. Get low down on the passenger side again so you can see there's no marks or damage to the sill. All alloy wheels, really, really nice. Do want to take you into the vehicle from both sides just so you can see all the steps, edge of the seats. Repeating myself, seats in the rear look like they've hardly been sat in. No kick marks or scuffs to the rear of the passenger seats. No problem with any door cards. Moving on to the front door, if there's going to be any chips to the door edges or marks underneath the handles, usually on the front doors for obvious reasons, but passenger door, very similar to the driver's. Struggling to see anything to mention at all. Mirror cover again, free from any scuffs or marks. Nothing on the passenger front wing to report either. It really is a cherished example. Going around the entire vehicle, inside and out, other than a couple of the most insignificant stone chips, I really can't see anything to mention. Passenger seat could not be any better, same as all the others I've already shown you. Just lean across and show you the driver's seat from the passenger angle also. You see plenty of cars where you're looking from the driver's side, seat looks fine. Then when you look across from the passenger angle, driver's seat looks really worn and out of shape. Not the case with this BMW, as you would expect with the very low mileage. Really couldn't be any better from either angle. There's no scratches to the centre console on the passenger side either. I've just realised I've forgot to run through the servicing on the iDrive of the vehicle, so we'll just pop back round to the driver's side, start the vehicle up and just run through the servicing.
Again, are too embarrassed to ask for that help.
So as mentioned, because it is all BMW main agent and specialist service history, it is all stored on the iDrive of the vehicle. So the exact mileage at the moment is 37,281. Everything is up to date as confirmed by the car there. Had its first pre-delivery inspection 22nd of the 3rd 18 at BMW, 30th of the 9th 19, 8,963 was its first service, then 29th of the 10th 20, 12,013 miles, then 25,753, then its most recent one 33,922. So all BMW and specialist service history. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's had 4 services in total in the very low mileage of 37,000. The car really is a cherished example. going around the entire vehicle inside and out, other than a couple of the most minor stone chips. I'm struggling to see anything to mention at all, and of course that very minor parking dent, which will be completely removed before collection or delivery. It is worth noting we have all of our vehicles independently inspected by the AA. That is a 128 point inspection, which includes a 5-mile road test by an AA engineer just to make sure the vehicle is mechanically correct and correct on the road. You can view the 128 point AA inspection report on our website at peterscottcars.co.uk. We also have finance calculators on our site, so if you are interested in any additional funding to purchase this BMW, you can pop to our website, model a finance quote, and apply for finance directly through our site. We always guarantee the lowest rate of finance coming direct to ourselves. If you are thinking of financing the car for an outside finance company or finance broker, please get in touch with ourselves first for the guaranteed lowest rate of finance. We also have free finance eligibility checkers on our website, so if you're unsure whether you'll be approved on finance, you can do a free finance eligibility checker. It doesn't affect your credit rating and tells you straight away your chances of approval. But we have very low rate prime finance for good and excellent credit ratings. But if you have had a few issues with your finances in the past, you have a poor credit rating, please don't hesitate to get in touch. We deal with a number of specialist lender and broker partners who are always confident of getting a full approval and the guarantee the lowest rate for your individual profile. I've just been around the vehicle a couple of times to make sure I haven't missed anything, and I say again, an absolutely cherished example. The vehicle's just had two owners from new. We bought the car directly from the second owner, mature chap who has just bought the same vehicle from Halliwell Jones BMW in Warrington. 2 Series Active Tourer, new vehicle from BMW. And the car really is a credit to it. So, as I said, going around the entire vehicle inside and out, really am struggling to see anything to mention. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. Hopefully you found the video helpful.